Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And today, the air in this room literally smells of smoke because we are trying 5 peated Islay scotches for the first time ever. Stay tuned to see our reactions. Dang it, I said Islay in the intro and they're not all Islay.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer. Before we get started on this flight, we want to give a Patreon shout-out to the man with 3 names,
Eric David Gunderson. Eric is a friend of ours, friend of the channel, supports the channel, local Nashville guy. I mean, he provided the samples for this here because we don't own any scotch at the moment. So this is going to be really interesting. We thank you, Eric, for your support, for everything you do for us and for all the viewers of this channel. So like we said in the intro, we're doing a peated scotch flight here, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But Erin, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little bit nervous about this situation in front of me. Not going to lie.
You know, I'm a little nervous too. I don't know whether we're going to really like some of this stuff or if we're going to really hate some of this stuff. It's going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
We're both American whiskey drinkers, bourbon and rye primarily.
Yeah.
What we have in front of us are 5 different pours.
Let's do it.
And
let's get into it.
Let's run through them first. So what you're seeing on the screen here, you're seeing glass 1 to glass 5 on your screen from left to right for you. Glass 1, I'm going to look at my notes here, is Kilkerran 12-year Campbellton single malt. We've got glass 2 as the Longrow Campbellton single malt from the Springbank distillery. Glass 3 is Ardbeg Wee Beastie. I've never heard of these first two.
I like that name.
But Ardbeg Wee Beastie, Ardbeg is like a big Islay scotch. There's a lot of fans behind Ardbeg. So Ardbeg Wee Beastie is glass 3. Glass 4 is Laphroiag Cairdeas, an Islay single malt scotch.
Okay.
And Laphroiag is kind of also widely known and beloved by their fan base. And then our 5th glass here is Ardbeg Uigeadail, which is also from the Ardbeg distillery. Again, Islay single malt. These are kind of escalating in proof.
As you can tell by the color. Well, kind of.
Hey, time out. I said proof. Scottish people, Scottish whiskey, you don't say proof.
Oh.
That's an American whiskey thing.
What do you say?
This is ABV, alcohol by volume. So this is escalating in alcohol by volume, and we will not be saying proofs because when we talk about American whiskey, we say it in proof because that's what it's expressed as. This stuff is expressed in ABV. If you want to do the math, just double it to figure out what the proof equivalent is. We do have that on our notes just so we know, but it's really not important. We're going to escalate our way through this flight, and you're going to get to see our first reactions as to what we think. Like, I don't even know what to think. Well, I don't know what to expect. Let's get into it.
I don't know either.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Glass 1. Again, this is the Kilkerran 12-year Campbellton single malt. It is 46% ABV, and the notes I found on it say that it's aged in 70% ex-bourbon and 30% sherry casks. So, a lot of Scottish whiskey uses bourbon and sherry cask for aging. So, let's get into the nose on glass 1.
Oh, it smells good.
Okay, yeah.
It smells kind of like apple juice. But like, apple juice has been on a smoker.
Yeah. Like a smoked apple? Like you're biting into an apple around a campfire?
Like apple juice. It smells like, I feel like juice smells sweeter.
Okay. Yeah, like that sugary, yeah.
So if you could solidify apple juice and then smoke it.
Yeah.
That's what this smells like.
I'm definitely getting the smoke, the peat on the nose. So peat is, I should have done my research before we hit this episode, but if I'm remembering correctly, peat is like an organic matter that they then set on fire below the malt. It's a single malt, 100% malt, whereas like bourbon would be 50%, 51% or more corn, and then would have rye and malted barley in it, or barley. This is all malted barley. 100% all these are. So you've got that, but then the distilleries can differentiate by smoking this peat below it that kind of seeps into the barley, and then that imparts certain flavors. So different distilleries have different signature profiles to the taste on their peat. I'll be interested to see if we pick up on that while we're doing this. Let's get back to glass 1.
I'm gonna taste it.
Okay. I'm getting fruitiness and the smoke.
Oh, kind of like that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh.
It tastes a little bit
On the back end.
too much smoke on the back end, but
Well, this is the least
I know.
peated.
I know.
The smoke definitely lingers.
It reminds me of like I've just eaten a steak.
Yeah, and you kind of have that taste, that aftertaste just lingering. Yeah.
But it's
So the fruitiness hit me up front.
Yeah. I
don't know exactly what the fruitiness was because I was just kind of strapping in for the ride and I didn't really know what to expect. But that was really pleasant. For something that's just like, what is it, 46% ABV, 92 proof.
Okay.
That's like an Elijah Craig small batch or Buffalo Trace, kind of in that wheelhouse of like starter bourbon.
There definitely is smoke there, but the sweetness kind of like tempers that for a bit.
It's a very tempered sweetness. It's not sweet like American whiskey at all.
It's not sugar sweet.
It's not sweet like bourbon.
Apple juice. Like it's like smoked apple juice.
But not like a like a Minute Maid concentrated apple
like
juice,
fresh
super sugary.
squeezed organic apple juice, like high quality, like Whole Foods quality apple juice.
Yeah, very tempered sweetness. The smoke is there on the back end.
Yeah,
that's really nice. That's really nice. This is 12 years age.
I'm getting nervous to go up though.
This is 12 years age, which is a pretty short time in the barrel.
Okay.
For a Scottish whiskey.
Okay.
Long time in the barrel for an American whiskey because of our climate.
Yep.
But the Scottish climate makes it take longer to age.
Okay.
So thumbs up on our thumbs up system. We do everything on a thumbs up system if you're watching this channel for the first time. So thumbs down, we don't like it. Just okay, we could take it or leave it. Thumbs up, we like it. We would probably want to buy it again. 2 thumbs up, we'd love it. We would absolutely want it again. Where are you at on glass 1?
I mean, since this is my first one, I'm not going to go crazy and give it 2 thumbs up, but I'll give it a solid thumbs up.
If it's going to hit you as 2 thumbs up, it's going to hit you right off the bat like that. I would give glass 1 a thumbs up as well. I would, if I wanted to have a peated Scotch whiskey in the house as a bourbon drinker, and you as a rye drinker, I think this Kilkerran right here is a really good choice.
Yeah.
That's not offensive. The smoke is there. That's a very interesting experience. All right, let's get into glass 2. So glass 2 is Longrow, which is Campbellton single malt from the Springbank Distillery, big distillery. Also, same proof point. I think we're stepping up just a smidge here in peat. Did you smell it?
I smelled it already. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get into it. Whoa.
Smells like a Band-Aid.
So I purposely did not tell you any tasting notes or smelling notes that people talk about when it comes to peated scotches, but Band-Aids are absolutely one of them.
Really?
Yep.
I got something right?
You did.
Oh, I'm so good. It smells like a legit straight
It smells like
Band-Aid.
a Band-Aid that someone set on fire.
Yeah.
Like burning rubber.
Oh gosh, I kind of don't want to drink it. I don't want to drink a Band-Aid.
That is very interesting. I would be curious to see how this Longrow stacks up to some of the other Springbank Distillery peated. Like, is that a signature peat note that's on all their products?
Can I skip this, tasting this one? I'm
Nope.
really scared.
We're here for the whole thing.
Okay.
What's going on it?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what that is.
How's it doing that on the back end? That Band-Aid's there on the back
It
end.
tastes like a Band-Aid.
That rubberiness.
Yeah. A smoked Band-Aid.
Like if you were around
on a grill.
if you were around a campfire.
Campfire Band-Aid.
If you were around a campfire
This is
and
a
you were
campfire
wearing a
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid and it soaked up all that smoke and then you just took the Band-Aid off and put it in your mouth.
Ew.
That's
I'm
what that
sorry,
tastes like.
I can't do this one anymore.
Well, the visual is
The
definitely
visual
off-putting.
ruined it for me.
But as far as getting those flavors in a whiskey, you got to admit it is interesting.
Oh, it's absolutely interesting. It's not for me though.
Yeah, there is a very medicinal quality to this, and I don't know if I'm saying medicinal just because of that Band-Aid note, but did you take a second sip? You got to go in for a second sip.
I might have. I can't remember.
You got to acclimate. You got to give yourself a chance.
No, it still tastes like Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Campfire Band-Aid.
Man, it's really coming in on the back end. Heavy on that smoke. I think this is a fairly lightly peated one as well. We're only going to get more intense as we go.
This is not going to go well for me, I can tell.
That was the whole point of this. American whiskey drinkers try peated scotch.
I drink Irish whiskey, but this is like completely different.
Okay, so on our thumbs up, thumbs down system, where are you at on glass 2?
I don't want to give it a thumbs down because that
You
just
can give it
seems
that.
mean.
It's your palate. It's your money.
I gotta give it a thumbs down.
Yeah, give it a thumbs down.
I don't like it.
I would say it for me is also a thumbs down. Or you know what? I'll give it a just okay, because just from the interest of trying something that's unique that we don't really have in our wheelhouse, something like that would be fun to try with guests over.
Would it though?
Let's get into glass 3. This is the Ardbeg Wee Beastie. So we're going younger now.
I like the name.
It's awesome name, awesome company name. The bottle looks cool. Hang on. 5-year Islay single malt Scotch.
Okay.
We're stepping up in the peat level.
Okay.
We're also stepping up in proof, or ABV.
Okay.
I'll do better. 47.4% ABV. And it says it's aged in ex-bourbon and Oloroso sherry casks.
Ooh, look at you.
Oloroso. That's really fun to say. I mean, it's a fact.
Okay, we're smelling.
Wow.
This smells like something I've smelled before.
Whoa.
Less Band-Aidy.
Less Band-Aidy, which I prefer.
Like there's a little bit of that Band-Aid note there, but not as much as the other one.
There's a big sweet note in there too, though. Yeah, there's like a fruity sweetness in there.
It's a familiar smell that I can't place. It kind of tastes like a campfire. But like a good campfire.
Really campfire tasting, yeah.
But like...
More so than either of the first 2 glasses.
Correct.
In the note that you're getting. Yeah. Like an actual smoky note.
Mm-hmm. But there's like a good under flavor there.
Yeah. There's a pop of fruity sweetness.
Yeah.
But when I say fruity sweetness, when we're tasting bourbon or rye, I'm talking like, you know, an apple or, you know, something like a candy sweetness, kind of like an artificial sweetness. This doesn't taste like an artificial sweetness. This tastes more like an actual piece of fruit that has been smoked on a smoker. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that like undercurrent of whatever that fruity note is helps balance the smoke, even though there's a lot more smoke. Yeah. And it's very heavily smoked. I think personally I like that one better than like the Band-Aid flavor.
For us newbies, I think the Kilkerran is definitely more in our wheelhouse right now, but
this one, the Wee Beastie is... Yeah. I feel like that would be a natural next step from the Kilkerran to the Wee Beastie. Like that kind of... It's got that same, I want to say maybe apple juice kind of undertone and just more smoke.
I'm not sure that apple is the fruit that I'm getting, but I'm getting like a real saltiness now. Like a brininess.
Oh, don't be salty.
All these flavors and you choose to be salty.
I'm going to give that a thumbs up. It's probably not like my first choice, but I liked it. Yeah. So I like it. Thumbs up.
Yeah. I would say that I would probably also give it a thumbs up. Yeah. I like it. It's definitely different from what I'm used to. I've got to know I'm going into that with that expectation.
For sure.
I don't know how often I would reach for it. I would probably tend to personally just reach for bourbon or rye. Whereas this glass, the Kilkerran, I might actually reach for it over bourbon or rye some nights.
Depending on your mood, yeah.
This is way more of a very specific mood that I wouldn't go to very often. So
if you're feeling salty,
if I'm feeling salty, yeah.
Got you.
Let's get into glass 4.
Okay.
Which is Check's notes. Laphroiag, Cairdeas. So Laphroiag is Nick Offerman, Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
I already want to love it.
Laphroiag is his whiskey of choice. Okay. He's a big Laphroiag fan. He actually does some special editions with them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But Laphroiag...
I love Nick Offerman.
Laphroiag is definitely like a cult following behind Laphroiag. Their peat is kind of remarkably unique, apparently. Okay. At least that's what I hear. Let me know in the comments if that's off base. But people who love Laphroiag seem to just absolutely go bonkers over it. Okay, so this is a Cairdeas cask, or Laphroiag Cairdeas, which is aged in port and wine casks.
Okay.
And let's see, 52% ABV. So we're stepping way on up in proof.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Oh, wow.
Doesn't smell like any of the ones we've smelled before.
I mean, it still has that like fruity sweetness and the smoky undertones. It's not even undertones. It's all up in there.
See, I get less of the smoke on the smell right now. That might just be because everything smells like smoky.
Yeah. Like, we poured these and we're sitting back, and typically with bourbons and rye, you just don't smell it from that distance unless you're right up on it. But we poured these and we're sitting, here a foot away.
Yeah.
And you just smell smoke in the air. That's why we said that in the cold open.
I kind of get like a slight Band-Aid.
You know what I get
Not
here?
a ton, though.
The visual this gives me is a skewer roasting over a campfire that has some meats and fruits on it.
Okay.
That's the visual I'm getting in my head as I smell this.
All right, I'm drinking it. Ooh, tastes like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, it does have that Band-Aid-y taste that the Longrow had.
But it's up front. The back end, tastes like burnt wood.
Yeah.
Not smoke.
Like ash.
But like ash.
Ash, yeah.
Not like the smoke from the ash, but like the actual ash.
The actual ash itself. It's ashy in flavor, but like a juicy ash. It's got kind of like it's kind of making my mouth water, honestly. There's a savory quality to it. Whoa, going back to the nose now. The ABV really hit me on the nose that time.
I just get more Band-Aid.
So, but I felt like the Longrow Band-Aid was a little
more off-putting.
This is Band-Aidy, but not in necessarily a very off-putting way.
I agree. It is a very strong Band-Aid smell, but not as annoying as.
It doesn't smell or taste like a Band-Aid on fire like this did.
Uh-huh.
This smells like the Band-Aid has been put out.
Put out to pasture.
And it's just smoldering.
It's been burned, and you smell the ashes of the Band-Aid. You're tasting the ashes of the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Second sip tastes better.
Yeah, I'm getting really savory notes on the end of this. Like, there is some fruity sweetness up front, but it pretty quickly transitions into a really savory finish, like, that lasts for quite a while. Like, it's lingering around. The ashiness is still there a little bit, but that has softened some. And I'm getting just a really savory note. Like, I'm going back to that fruit and meat on a skewer over a campfire that I got on the nose.
I can see that.
Kilkerran I will reach for this often. This right here, of everything on here that's not Kilkerran so far, this I like the best.
Out of the other two?
Definite thumbs up for me on the Laphroiag Cairdeas. I like this quite a bit. It's very unique.
It is unique. I think I might give it just okay, though.
That savory quality, I like that a lot. Let's get into our last glass here. We've got...
All right, I'm going to prep for that.
All right, we should probably clear our palate. So this is Ardbeg again with the wee Beastie. This is their Uigeadail. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm trying my best. That's the pronunciation I found online. So
the internet never lies.
It's a source of all knowledge. So Ardbeg Uigeadail, we're stepping even higher up in ABV. Almost said proof.
You almost said
proof. We're stepping up even higher in ABV. Now we're up to 54.2% ABV. Tipping over the 50% line even further.
Okay. What does that improve? Like, if you were to equate it to proof?
108.4.
Okay.
So that is on par with like a Maker's Mark Private Select or some of their limited releases. Just a little bit shy of like like the Willet. The Willet 4-year rye is 106.8. So this is just a tick more than that.
Okay.
So when you're drinking a bourbon or a rye, you're kind of expecting a nice little flavor punch, but not so much proof that it just completely blows you away. And I would say that none of these are hitting me over the head with proof.
Yeah.
But they are really big in flavor. Compared to like a 90 proof American whiskey, like a bourbon, you're getting a lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor.
It's still light though. It's light on the palate, but it's not super muted like some of the 90 proof bourbons can be.
It's dense in flavor, but like light in profile.
Yeah, it's a different experience in American whiskey. Yeah. So, all right, let's get into the Ardbeg Uigeadail.
Look at the legs on that lady. Is it supposed to do that?
Okay.
Is it supposed to like have those?
Okay, I'm getting the campfiriness on there.
I didn't smell it first.
I mean, do it. You live your life. I'm not here to tell you how to live.
This one tastes the most like bourbon to me.
Really?
Maybe.
The wee Beastie is fruitier and a little bit sharper on the nose. The Uigeadail is definitely, you still have the smoky notes there. They almost stand out a little bit more, but it seems more well-rounded, at least on the nose. Seems like a better put-together product. I don't know the price on any of these. Yeah. We did not look that up prior. We didn't want that to be an influencing factor on any of this. I want to get in on the flavor now because you said it tastes kind of like the most like bourbon.
And
this tastes like the most like bourbon to me so far.
Yeah.
I mean, 70% aged in bourbon casks.
It's just, this one's pretty smooth.
And the highest proof.
I feel like it kind of reminds me of a rye. With some smoke. Like it hits me like rye hits me, where it's like bright, not sweet. And then unlike a rye, there's some smoke on the back end.
I don't disagree with that actually.
And I like
how ryes can have like a really tempered sweetness. Mm-hmm. This has that. There's some fruitiness there. There's some smokiness there. It seems more well-rounded. Mm-hmm. It kind of, if I'm going on American whiskey terms, like a bourbon or a rye, this seems like it might be the oldest. I don't know that to be a fact. Okay. This is 12 years. The Wee Beastie is 5 years.
Okay.
The rest of them, I didn't look up age statements on. But this seems like it might be the oldest just because it's so well-rounded. The flavors are soft but flavorful.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
This one's... I'm kind of digging this one.
Okay, I got more of the proof on the second sip. Man.
The ABV?
Yeah, the ABV. But oh man, that's good. It's savory. I'm getting excited about it.
I got my thumbs ready for this one.
It's savory. Kind of tastes and smells like smoked meats.
Kind of does, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm kind of digging
Can I tell you my score, please?
Yeah. What's your score on? 2 thumbs up. I might go 2 thumbs up on Uigeadail as well.
And that's saying something because I also really like Glass One.
Yeah.
They're both good.
So we both agree that the Longrow is our last place.
Yes.
We're both giving it a thumbs down. You gave it thumbs down. I gave it just okay. We transposed 3rd and 4th place as far as our preferences go.
Yep.
I have Wee Beastie in 4th and Laphroiag in 3rd. You have Laphroiag in 4th, Wee Beastie in 3rd. Mm-hmm. These right here, 1st and 5th glasses,
yep.
Kilkerran 12-year and Ardbeg Uigeadail are far and away our 2 favorites. So we're going to see which one is our preference, although it is worth saying, I think both of these are worth owning.
They are because they're both so different.
Yeah.
Like, they have a totally different flavor profile that I think having one of each, I don't know what they cost, don't know their availability, but if it's possible, I would kind of like to own one of each.
Yeah. I would actually buy these. Which is saying something, because I would almost always rather just spend the money on bourbon.
Yeah.
But let's see which one we prefer.
Okay.
Wow, that nose, going back to it, on the Kilkerran is so sweet.
It's such a pleasant smell.
It really is. It's not artificially sweet, it just smells really nice.
Yeah, and I feel like bourbon sometimes can smell... Yeah, it smells really smoky compared to...
Yeah, it smells really smoky.
I feel like bourbon can smell artificially sweet.
Yeah.
Whereas this smells like
a candy sweetness.
Naturally sweet fruit.
Man, that tastes so light on the palate, the Kilkerran. But there's still flavor there. I'm used to bourbon tasting light on the palate like that and just not being very flavorful at all.
Yeah.
Finish drags out with that little light smokiness. That Kilkerran's really nice.
I did it backwards. I just did the Ardbeg, and it's like the most rye tasting peated scotch I've ever had, and I've only ever had these 5. But I like it because I love me a rye whiskey.
Yeah. Man, that Uigeadail, to me, it's just smoked meats. Like a brisket. Oh, that's so good.
I can't pick a favorite.
I think the Uigeadail is my favorite. I prefer the proof. I prefer the flavor punch of it. But I would want to buy both of these if I can get my hands on them.
I can't pick a favorite. They're both my favorite.
There you go.
Because they're different. They're so different.
Yeah. This has been fascinating.
I really enjoyed this. I was super nervous. I was expecting to hate every single one.
I was expecting them all to taste like the Longrow tasted.
All right, let's get into other stuff. What do we have today?
Yeah. This week for other stuff, we're a relatively new channel. We're growing. We're having a ton of fun. We thank you so much for watching and being along for the ride.
Yeah.
We have gotten comments on our lighting and our production, all that stuff. The lighting comes because we're both photographer backgrounds, so lighting is actually the only thing we know. We don't know anything about whiskey really. You know, we're just that part we're just having fun with. It's whiskey is more, you know, we'll get into this, but it's more what brings us together, and it's more about hanging out and talking and all that. But the photography, lighting aspect is what we did have down. So if you check the description below, you will see the lights that we use. Our lighting setup here is a key light right up there, the Pixel LED. It's in the description. We have a microphone stand with a diffusion sheet clamped to it that's been doubled over, so we're getting double diffusion through the diffusion sheet. That's in the description below. If you don't want to buy a $11 sheet of diffusion fabric, you can just use a white bed sheet.
A white bed sheet.
We have right back there, we have a Longrow YN216 LED for a hair light. So we've got our key light up here, we got our hair light back there opposing, and then we have our microphone right up here, which is a Movo mic, M1X I think it's called. If you want to try video for yourself, shoot us an email. Our email's in the description below. I'm happy to talk with you. I'm the more nerdy lighting one.
He is, and he would love to talk to you because it really is about the placement of the lights more so than the expensiveness, and the quality of light is good, but how much you spend on a light doesn't matter as much as where you place the lights. If you haven't noticed, we're actually a channel about conversation, connection, and community disguised as a whiskey channel. The whiskey is just what brings us together. And this video is just the beginning of the conversation. So let us know what you think about peated scotches in the comments below.
If you want to support the channel and the content we're creating here, then you can join our Patreon at the link below in the description. We are having an online conversation there. That's where we have our online community. That's where we're the most active, away from just creating videos and conversing in the comments below. But yeah, we try to make it a resource to everyone. At some point, scotches and things like that will make their way into it. We are primarily an American whiskey channel aimed towards bourbon and rye, but this stuff has been a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to find a way to include more of this as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed watching us try these scotches. I kind of enjoyed doing it. Did you?
I did. Yeah. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I feel like we learned a lot.
We did. I learned a lot. Thank you, Eric, for providing these samples. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Give it 1 thumbs up. You can't give it 2. You can unlike it and then like it again, and I guess that's 2 thumbs up.
If you have a significant other that has a channel, just go to their channel and thumbs up it as well.
Yeah.
And if you mess up their algorithm, it's totally okay. They need to see this too.
That's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
And you can give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. And then you could also subscribe to our channel if you're digging our content. You want to see more. Although, like Josh said, we do primarily American whiskey blind head-to-heads on Thursdays right now. And then we do like a podcast episode similar to this one where we do a bunch of different things on Saturdays. And if you want to be notified when we post another video, hit the notification bell to be notified every time we post a video, which will be twice a week.
Twice a week. Post the once a month live streams. And once the bell will let you know when those are coming up.
When the live streams are coming up.
That's it for this week, guys. Until next week. Cheers.
That was amazing.
Nailing it. Are we playing patty cake? What are we doing?
I don't know.